Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back again doing your January 2016 monthly tarot horoscopes. This is for everyone with their ascendant sun or moon in the lovely Sagittarius. And I am just doing a quick shuffle here. I want to make sure my cards are really shuffled well. I'm really excited about 2016, and if you'd like a private reading, feel free to check out my new website. My news is that I made a new website in December. So it's oracledaphne.com, all lowercase, all one word. And all you need to do to schedule is check my calendar page out, pick a day and time, and then email me at elizabetholson31@gmail.com. And again, this reading is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Sagittarius. And I'm just going to lay out a spread here for you. And let's see what you guys get. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I do post videos twice a month, in the beginning of the month and mid-month. Okay. There's so much overlap this time around, and I have been shuffling, but there's a lot of overlap. And I'm not vibing with this reading. It's too complicated, and so I'm gonna just shuffle a little bit more and start again. Okay, and this is again for Sagittarius. You may be in a relationship with a Scorpio, okay? Or maybe a lot of Scorpio in your chart. It's just that that spread was too, there was nothing connecting. There's a lot of standalone elements. There may be just a lot of moments for you in January. Moments that don't seem like things that kind of happen that just don't seem to connect to one another. So it's like you may be, I want to say, a little bit all over the place, and that's not unusual for Sagittarius, but it just may be like you're a little bit like doing things randomly. It sort of just seems quite random. There's a card that fell out. Hang on a second. Oh wow, it's a great card. I'm going to lay out the new spread here and see what I got. Again, it's not vibing with me. It's weird. I can't even explain it. It's weird. I'm going to leave this one card out because it's the Eight of Cups, which is the completing karma card, which is my favorite card of the whole deck. I'll show it to you. It's the first card, and it's the Eight of Cups in reverse. And there isn't really an Eight of Cups well, I think there might be. In the traditional tarot, there's an Eight of Cups in reverse, but this meaning to me is special. It's unique. It's about completing karma, and sometimes when you complete karma, it is sort of like a lot of little things need to happen, or a lot of big things need to happen all at the same time. And it's sort of like the universe hitting you over the head. It feels like the universe is hitting you over the head with a 2x4. Boom, 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 get it together, get it together, get it together, learn this, learn that, and you're like, okay, I am, a lot of things, before I completed my karma, it was like, I moved 11 times in 3 years, so, that was one thing after another, and I do feel like January for you is going to be a little bit all over the place, a lot of sort of separate elements. And now this spread came out pretty much most of it in reverses, which I don't generally read, but I'm going to read it this way because this is the only card. This is the only thing that's making any sense right now. You may be quite confused, I want to say, and a little bit mixed up in January. That's sort of like this weird upside down, topsy-turvy type stuff. But again, a lot of it is because you're completing karma. So if you've been going through a lot and it feels like a shit ton and you're just like, oh my God, when is it going to stop? it's karma. It's sort of like just you having a complete karma. And it may be quite painful because you have the Three of Swords crossing you. This is heartbreak. This is sadness. This is some kind of loss. There are, you know, both karma cards on. Well, there's a couple of karma cards in my deck, but you have the Eight of Swords, which is a karma card, in reverse, which is no longer having restrictions. Depression lifts. You're free to make your own decisions. You may be getting out of a relationship. There may be some separation that's going on because you have the Page of Swords, which is a card about separation. And in the reverse, because it is reversed, it's about being pulled upward, feet first, after struggling for so many years. This is an intervention or finally having a good support system, friends and family, people help you out. You may be in a situation where you need to ask for help. This may be a very this is kind of a tense time, beginning of January. Again, positive for emotions. Maybe not so much right away, but there will be rewards for you. You will feel at some point things starting to improve. But there's a lot of things that you're going to have to go through first, I want to say, for you to get to that point. I feel like you're looking for a guy. Now, for Sagittarius guys, this is you in the recent past. You got the King of Wands, which is you in the recent past, and it's in the reverse. And this is a very good person. This is someone who wants a 50-50 partnership, who wants fairness and commitment, that isn't going to objectify someone. So for ladies, this is what you want in a guy. If you date guys, okay. For guys, this is you. For male Sagittarius, this is you, and this is what you're looking for in a partner. There is this element of finally getting to a point where you're actually moving out of a bad situation. Or you've been going from bad situation to bad situation to bad situation, and finally it kind of comes to an end. And it kind of and things calm down. It is going to take a toll on you as far as, because you got the Five of Cups in reverse, which is sadness and loneliness and lots of negative emotions. But this is, in a way, sorting through your emotions. This is swimming to the shore. This is getting somewhere. This is getting over it. Finally getting over it. Crying it out. Finally, when you do cry it out and you let it go, it's like a major release. I feel like for some of you, it is a separation, or wanting a separation, or wanting to break up. For whatever reason, because you have the Devil in reverse, which is deciding to break out of a relationship or quitting a job because you just can't take it anymore. For some of you, this is getting to that point. I feel like you've gotten to that point where you can't take it anymore for some of you, and you've decided that's it. This is too painful. This relationship has hurt me so much. I can't move forward. There's no way that I can see myself moving forward. And you cry about it and you're upset about it, but you finally you move your way through it. And the outcome is the Queen of Swords, which is, this is star power in relationships. This is the heart is melting. This is love. This is the beginning of love. This is feeling loved. So, and this is also springtime. Things happening in the spring for you. The Queen of Swords is typically someone who's born in winter, Capricorn or Aquarius female. Okay, this could be someone in your family, or this could be someone. This could be your, a future partner even. I don't feel like if you're in a relationship, I don't feel, and you're about to get out of it, I don't feel like this is your current partner. I don't feel like you're going to go back with that partner. I feel like you're going to move on. Your partner may be a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces, because you have the Eight of Cups, and we have this Cups thing. If your partner is a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces, they may be very upset about this breakup. But ultimately, I want to say there's some element of the lovers. It's complicated. I want to say it's complicated. You may have a lover, Sagittarius, or you may be looking for a soulmate, or you may be looking for, what's going to make you happy is having more sex. And maybe your partner is not having any with you, But I want to say that this is something that it's in the position of emotions, which is the Ten of Cups, which is the most emotion. So it's like, I want to say you're going to have in January some really high, some really strong, powerful emotions. Strong, meaning you're going to feel really, really great at times, but then you're also going to feel some kind of pain or some kind of loss from some relationship, some person in your life. And it doesn't necessarily mean romantic. If you're in a happy partnership, happy marriage, this is not you. This is like you quitting a job. This is your job. And then you maybe you're upset about it for a while, but then you get over it. The thing about the Queen of Swords in reverse is that this is the feeling that you have when you're in love. This is when you don't have that sadness and loneliness anymore, and you just feel like loved, and you feel really good, and you feel really happy. I feel like you kind of want to be there. You want to be there, maybe middle of January, but there's some things that you need to go through first. You may be looking for like a soulmate, and the person that you've been with isn't soulmate. It's just a partner, and it's not enough for you, for whatever reason. You do have the sun as the foundation, and the sun is you. Fire power, energy. This is really, really positive. If you do decide to move on, it's positive. This is all forward movement that's positive. The Devil in reverse is positive. The Eight of Swords is positive. The Five of Cups in reverse is positive. So actually, when it comes to reversals, even though there's a lot of topsy-turvy stuff going on, it's really positive for you. So I don't necessarily feel like if you are breaking up, or if you are divorcing, or if you are separating, I don't feel like it's a bad thing. I feel like it's a positive thing. I feel like it may seem sucky at the time, okay? And you may be paying off some karma for things, not in this life, past life stuff, and I feel like you are looking for a 50-50 partnership. I feel like you are looking for a real relationship, because you have the Ten of Cups plus the fairness guy, the good guy. The King of Wands in reverse is the good guy, the guy who really doesn't want to have any one-night stands anymore. The person that wants to have a real relationship, that understands that one-night stands won't get you anywhere, There's a lot of changes that are going to be happening for you in January. This is a time, it may seem like a time of upheaval, okay? To me, it's sort of like the universe is pulling the carpet out from underneath you. But there's going to be people there to help you, so you need to ask for help. I do feel like you have a supportive family, so if you are going through something really difficult, you need to ask them for help. Okay, you need to call them up and say, hey, this is what's going on. My partner that I've been in has been sucky. This whole time, it's sucky. And say, you know what, this is what I need. Tell them what you need. Express that, because I feel like they will be there for you. There's going to be people that are there for you. It may not be as many people as you would like to be there for you, but they will be, okay? For those of you who are single, this is more, again, going back to the job stuff, breaking free. The Devil and the Eight of Swords in reverse, to me, is a symbol of just ultimately you breaking free, doing something different. There may be some element of moving. Could be moving for a job as well. So this is things happening. You also got the Fool in reverse. You got these reverses. Sagittarius, the Fool in reverse is the universe forcing you to take a leap of faith before you're ready, but it is necessary for your growth, and you will be better for it, although it sucks at the time. It's just sort of just like you getting a call or a text message coming through that says, hey, you need to move out. And you're like, what the hell? I just moved in 2 weeks ago. And they're like, sorry, but you need to move out because the water da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay? So you're like, okay. You're like, are you serious? And then you end up moving, but it's actually for the better. Okay? So this is you. This is moving, that's positive. Moving forward, that's positive. Getting a new job, that's positive. getting a new relationship that's positive. You know, in the midst of you kind of breaking free of your life, your current life as you know it, you may have the hots or get it on with someone randomly, okay? It could be a one-night stand, okay? It could be, okay? Because to me, it's kind of hanging out to itself. So you may have the hots for someone. This is also having the hots. The Ten of Cups is having the hots for someone. So maybe someone that you have the hots for. During this whole time, there may be someone that you have the hots for, you have your eye on, someone that you like. But until you actually sort of take in the steps to get out of the relationship that you are currently in, I don't necessarily think that's a relationship that's going to go forward. Going back to the Fool card, and this is you looking back and being grateful for having to change, having to move, having to make changes in your life. I can say from her personal experience, you know, I've looked back, I look back, every time I look back, I'm on all the hardship that I had to go through, karma-wise or, you know, whatever. I'm grateful for having the experiences that I had. It seemed sucky. It seemed so sucky at that time, but the universe doesn't push you forward unless you are ready for it, unless you can handle it. So most likely, you've needed to take a leap of faith for some time, but you haven't done it. You've put it off. You're like, fuck that. I don't want to take a leap of faith, you know? But the universe says, sorry, this is what you need to do. This is what you're ready for, you know? So you do it, and then you look back and you're like, gosh, I'm glad that I did that because I got to experience so many other things. I got into a new relationship. You know, a lot of times we meet the love of our life when we're not expecting it, but we're ready for it, you know, after some major things have happened to us. So keep that in mind. I feel like it's almost like you know. This is weird. It's almost like you know who the love of your life is. Or you think you do. Okay? You either think you do, or you know who that is. And it's just a matter of time before you actually get to have that, get to be with them for some reason. It may be one of those random things, and I don't generally see this, but this could be strange, you know, specific to you, Sagittarius, where it's like you've been in a relationship that has been really bad for you for a long time, and you're finally, like, the whole puzzle is breaking apart, and your life seems to be falling apart, but in the process, you're kind of picking up the pieces and clearing out some of the cobwebs and moving into a better place in your life without that person. And by doing so, it creates the space for the new person, either that you know or that you have, you know, an inkling of. I think there's something there, like, you know. So it's sort of like you're finally taking the steps to get out of the old relationship, which will make room for the new. So I see this as being a very positive spread. So the only thing I could tell you is make sure you're journaling, make sure you're writing down everything that happens in January. Make sure, you know, you're looking at every angle of things, understanding that things are really happening in a very synchronistic way. So much positivity will come out of a negative time, okay? So you may look back on January and say, well, that was a shitty-ass month, you know? But actually, it was probably one of the best months that you could have all year because it pushed you forward. It made you leap. It made you move forward. So a lot of this is, again, you know, it's interesting because I've been noticing pretty much every reading I've done for the month of January 2016, it's really about wrapping things up. You know, getting rid of the old, cleaning out the closet, thinking deeply, and moving on. I feel like the new year is coming in February. I feel like we should have like a renewal of the new year or something. I'm not sure when the Chinese New Year is, but you may want to even like celebrate the Chinese New Year as your new year because I feel like in February things will be moving forward at that time. Whereas right now, it's like the puzzle, everything is sort of crumbling. Everything's kind of breaking away. And it's sort of just like a time where you kind of have to clean up the mess, pick up the pieces, start over. The starting over won't happen until February or even March or even April for you. So, so yeah, it's very interesting though. Even if you are single and you are, this is a job, this is moving away from home, this is getting a new job, or looking for a new job, I feel like the changes that you're going to make in January are going to be crucial for the rest of the year. So keep this in mind. I feel like things are going to move forward in a very positive way for you. So don't hesitate. Whatever it is, if you see an opportunity that comes up in January, take it. That's what I want to say. Take it. Take the job. Take the new opportunity. Move forward. If you have to move all the way across the country to do it, do it. If you need to, ask your parents for help, do it. Friends and family for help, do it. You're not alone. Okay. You're going to have the firepower and energy to do it. So there's no need to worry. There's no need to be afraid. I don't even see those elements here. I see the elements, the hardest element is this suffering, this pain that you may feel from the loss, which you may perceive to be loss. But I don't necessarily think it's loss. I think it's just you perceiving your life in a certain way. And I think that way is, changing. So just be open to it. Keep really good notes. You might even want to create like a time capsule. I created a time capsule because this is interesting. I found a whole bunch of stuff in my winter coat pocket from last year. And, some of the things in there was like a receipt from Safeway, like the grocery store, what my diet was like at that time. And so much has changed. And it was kind of like a peek into what my life was at that time. And a lot of things have changed. So I made a time capsule for myself for 1 year from now. So I suggest you do that. Take little things that, are symbolic of you. Like I found in my pocket, like a pair of earrings, a receipt, a stub from the dry cleaner, some salt and pepper packets, a restaurant menu, things like that, that you can put in your time capsule for next year. Put it in a box and write yourself a little list of what's in there and make some notes on those things and what they mean to you. And maybe write yourself a little note saying, Dear Beth, I'll see you next year. This is what's going on with me right now. Hopefully things have changed for the better for you, kind of thing. Something to think about, something maybe to do that would be positive for you. And something to look forward to for next year. It's always good. You can even open it, on Christmas or something. Or even, January of 2017, So anyways, I'm going to send you big hugs like I normally do. That's all that I've got for you for now. And big hugs. Big kisses. And I'll be back mid-January for your mid-January videos and horoscopes. Thank you guys again so much. Okay, take care.